Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here again to unpack some compelling sources, get you the essential knowledge fast.
Thoroughly.
Exactly. And today, we're diving headfirst into something that, well, it seems simple on the surface, but it has these really profound implications. We're talking oral health.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you might be thinking oral health, brushing, flossing, what's the deep dive? But the sources we had today paint a much, much bigger picture.
Yeah, it's way beyond just teeth.
We're talking direct links, undeniable connections between your mouth health, your whole body's well-being, and, this is the kicker, even military readiness, national security stuff.
It sounds dramatic, but the connection is real.
And we're going to explore how some really cutting-edge, American-made innovations are basically flipping the script on how we understand this, offering actual solutions.
And that's really our mission today, isn't it? To unpack how let's say, a comprehensive approach to oral care, one that's really grounded in solid science, goes way beyond just stopping cavities. It's about fostering a healthier mouth, yes, but for a healthier, more resilient life overall. And this is especially critical for those in really demanding roles, like the military.
Where peak condition is just essential.
Non-negotiable, yeah. Physical, mental, all of it.
And the sources we looked at really focus on this angle, how these advanced American-made innovations are specifically designed with military personnel and veterans in mind.
It highlights their unique challenges, austere environments, high stress.
Exactly. And why these science-backed domestic solutions are just so vital for their readiness, their resilience, and even their long-term recovery.
It's a whole package.
Okay, so let's set a scene for you, the listener. Imagine a service member, deployed somewhere remote, tough conditions, critical mission.
Got it.
Now, what if that mission gets compromised? Not by the enemy, not by gear failure, but by a blinding toothache or some kind of oral infection that's just taking hold.
It happens more often than you'd think.
Right. When you think military readiness, you think high-tech gear, intense training.
All the obvious stuff.
But our sources make this really compelling case that oral health is just as foundational, maybe one of the most overlooked parts.
It's definitely overlooked. It's seen as secondary, but it's identified as absolutely critical. Critical for immediate readiness, yes, but also for the long-term health of veterans after service.
And the impact isn't just, ouch, my tooth hurts. It's a direct threat to getting the job done.
Absolutely. A direct threat to operational effectiveness. Think about it. Someone sidelined by severe dental pain isn't just uncomfortable. They might need attention, resources.
Pulling others off task.
Exactly. They can become a liability. And this isn't just hypothetical. Dental emergencies are actually a leading cause for non-combat medical evacuations. Medevacs for tooth problems.
Wow. That really does put it in a different light. Okay, so our source digs into this, right? It talks about 3 core pillars where good oral health is non-negotiable for the military. Readiness, resilience, and recovery.
That's the framework, yeah.
Can you unpack that a bit? How does something like, gum health connect to these big concepts?
Sure. Let's take readiness first. This is maybe the most direct link.
Okay.
It's simply about removing preventable problems, stopping dental pain, infections, even that kind of low-level chronic gum inflammation before it starts. Active duty folks need to be fully focused.
No distractions.
0 distractions from physical discomfort if it can be avoided. A healthy mouth is one less potential failure point, especially in high-stress situations. It means they can deploy, operate, engage without a dental issue suddenly derailing things.
Okay, makes sense. What about resilience? That sounds broader.
It is, and this is where the science gets really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Your oral microbiome, the community of bacteria in your mouth, and healthy gums. They're explicitly linked to your overall systemic health, your immune system.
Ah, so it's not just contained in the mouth.
Not at all. When we talk resilience, it's bouncing back from physical stress, sure, but also resisting illness, fighting off infections. A healthy mouth is like a first line of defense.
How so?
Well, if that microbiome balance is off, we call it dysbiosis, or if gums are inflamed, it can lead to chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. It doesn't just stay local.
Right.
And that systemic inflammation can make service members more vulnerable to other illnesses, impair their body's ability to handle stress or heal properly. So good oral health builds this foundational layer of protection for the whole system.
Okay, readiness, resilience.
Oh.
What's the third pillar? Recovery.
Recovery, yes. Think about someone healing from an injury Or operating in those really tough, austere environments we mentioned. Maybe no clinic nearby, maybe not even reliable clean water.
Right. Basic hygiene becomes a challenge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In those cases, maintaining effective oral hygiene is absolutely critical. You need to prevent secondary infections that could start in the mouth and complicate healing, or just make things worse overall.
So simple, effective, maybe portable products become essential.
Indispensable. Tools to prevent infections when medical support is limited or far away. And having these as reliable, made in America solutions, that's crucial for the people serving.
It's really striking how interconnected it all is. And like you said, the context here is military, but that core principle, oral health, impacting systemic health, immunity, focus, that applies to everyone, doesn't it?
Absolutely universal. It's not
Yeah.
just about a nice smile, it's fundamental proactive health.
Okay, so given how critical this is, let's unpack the how. What are these advanced innovations the source highlights? How do they take that science and turn it into practical, real-world tools, especially for these demanding situations?
Well, we're looking at a range of things that really go beyond just standard brushing and flossing. It's a more proactive, science-first kind of regimen.
And designed for those tough conditions.
Precisely. And what's really encouraging is seeing this development happen here in the U.S., focusing on American-made solutions. That commitment to quality and domestic innovation is key.
Yeah, and that actually brings up a point about funding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The need for, say, government-funded research into some of these newer areas.
Absolutely vital, especially for novel ingredients, things like nitric oxide boosters, oral probiotics. Understanding how they work and validating them requires serious scientific backing and investment.
Okay, so let's get specific. One standout mentioned is the Smile Saver 360 three-sided toothbrush. The source calls it a breakthrough in mechanical cleaning. That's a strong statement for a toothbrush. What makes it so innovative?
It really is clever design meeting a practical need. The Smile Saver 360, its unique three-sided head, that's the game changer.
Three sides, how does that work?
It cleans three surfaces of the tooth at the same time, the front, the back, and the chewing surface, plus the gum line, all in one stroke.
Ah, okay. So much more efficient.
Dramatically more efficient. Think about a normal brush, you have to consciously angle it, reposition it for every surface.
Yeah, it takes focus and time.
Exactly. The 360 design basically automates a lot of that. It guides the bristles to the right spots, so you get a much more thorough clean with less effort and less time.
Which is huge in those low-resource or high-stress environments you mentioned.
Crucial. If time is short, or stress affects fine motor skills, or water is limited, this makes effective cleaning easier and more consistent. It removes significantly more plaque, plus it massages the gums.
Stimulates blood flow, helps prevent gingivitis.
Precisely. All vital. It's a great example of practical American design focusing squarely on effectiveness in challenging conditions.
That efficiency is compelling. Now, beyond just the mechanics, the source talks about some cutting-edge biochemical stuff, too. These nitric oxide products, gum, lozenges. Tell us about those. How are they vital for long-term health?
Okay, yeah. The nitric oxide products are genuinely fascinating. They represent a really cutting-edge link between oral health and systemic health, especially cardiovascular health.
Cardiovascular, how does that work from the mouth?
So our bodies naturally produce nitric oxide, or NO. It's a vital molecule. It signals blood vessels to relax. That's vasodilation. Super important for blood pressure regulation, blood flow.
Right.
A significant chunk of our body's NO production actually starts in the mouth. There's a specific pathway involving beneficial bacteria.
Bacteria helping make NO.
Yep. Certain oral bacteria convert nitrates, which we get from foods like leafy greens, into nitrites. When you swallow those nitrates, they can then be converted into nitric oxide elsewhere in the body.
Huh. So the mouth bacteria are key players.
Key players. This pathway is a vital source of NO, especially maybe as we age or if our body's own production slows down. So the gum and lozenges are designed to support this process.
By providing nitrates.
Either by providing nitrates or by supporting those beneficial bacteria that do the conversion. The idea is to help maintain healthy NO levels.
Which then helps with blood pressure and cardiovascular function.
Exactly. It's a profound example of managing the oral environment to directly benefit the heart and circulatory system. And again, this is where that need for research and development funding comes in, right? To really explore and validate these kinds of advanced science-backed solutions, especially when they're developed domestically.
So it's not just cleaning, it's actively cultivating a beneficial oral ecosystem. That's a shift.
It really is.
And for those really extreme environments, the source also mentioned the practical side, portable toothpaste tablets and lozenges. sounds tailor-made for convenience.
They absolutely are. Field expedient is the term used.
Mm,
Think about situations where carrying tubes of paste, needing water, a sink, it's just not practical. Weight
yeah.
limits, space.
Right. Deployed situations.
Exactly. These tablets and lozenges give you effective cleaning without all that. Lightweight, no mess, easy to use. Chew a tablet, dissolve a lozenge, cleans and freshens,
So even under the toughest conditions, basic oral hygiene is maintained.
which prevents small issues becoming big mission-critical problems. Again, it's about practical, robust, American-made solutions meeting real-world needs for our frontline folks.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, especially for our audience who loves the why.
Mm.
What's the core science making these innovations work so well? It's clearly more than just clever engineering.
You're right. It's deeply rooted in the latest understanding of the oral microbiome. That's the foundation.
The ecosystem in our mouths.
Exactly. And for listeners who follow this stuff, they know it's not just random germs. It's this huge dynamic community, billions of bacteria, fungi, viruses all living
A
together.
balanced ecosystem.
When it's in balanced symbiosis, it's critical for our natural defenses.
Yeah.
Helps digest food bits, produces useful compounds, even keeps harmful microbes in check.
But when it's out of balance,
That's dysbiosis. Harmful bacteria can take over. This leads to local problems, sure, gingivitis, periodontitis, but crucially, it doesn't stop there.
it goes systemic, like you said, with resilience.
Precisely. Those pathogens, the inflammatory stuff they produce, they can get into the bloodstream through unhealthy gums. This triggers inflammation body-wide.
That chronic, low-grade inflammation people talk about now.
That's the one. And it's increasingly recognized as a major risk factor for all sorts of serious issues. Heart disease, diabetes, maybe even neurodegenerative diseases, some cancers.
Wow, so these innovations aren't just about killing germs indiscriminately.
No, not at all. It's much smarter than that. They're about strategically supporting that delicate balance, maintaining that symbiosis.
To strengthen the body's overall defenses, starting in the mouth.
Exactly. They're designed to proactively support our natural defenses. The nitric oxide products leverage good bacteria. The Smile Saver 360 reduces that initial inflammatory burden from plaque.
Stopping the cascade before it starts.
Right. It's truly holistic, moving beyond just cleaning to actively supporting health from the inside out. And this level of understanding really underscores why we need that continued government-backed research into things like oral probiotics, maybe new antimicrobial agents, novel ingredients,
To keep pushing that boundary and supporting that healthy balance.
and doing it with American innovation and manufacturing at the forefront.
And it sounds like the commitment to the science doesn't stop with the product launch.
Absolutely not. The source makes a point of inviting military health professionals, researchers to collaborate, to scientifically validate the effectiveness of this whole oral care regimen.
An open call for partnership.
Yeah, it shows a real dedication to ongoing scientific proof, ensuring these American-made solutions deliver maximum benefit. It's about building on these advancements together.
This has been incredibly enlightening.
Mm-hmm.
Really changes how you think about oral health. It's not minor, it's not isolated. It's this fundamental pillar of overall health.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, as we've seen, for people in demanding roles like the military,
Hmm.
where literally every aspect of health impacts readiness, security, long-term well-being.
Absolutely. And the innovations we discussed, the efficiency of the American-made Smile Saver 360, the sophisticated science behind the nitric oxide products linking mouth and heart, the practical portable solutions, they all show how we can translate scientific understanding into real practical impact.
Impact that supports those core pillars.
Readiness, resilience, and recovery. It's not just about cleaner teeth. It's about proactively boosting health for service members, and really the principles apply to all of us.
So the final thought then, for you, the listener, what does this all mean for you? We explored it through this critical military lens, talked about American manufacturing. But the core message is universal, isn't it?
It really is.
How might thinking differently about your own oral care, maybe a more proactive, science-informed approach, contribute to your wider health? It's an invitation maybe to see oral health not as separate, but as a really integral, powerful part of your whole health strategy.
Mm-hmm. And perhaps to appreciate the role of that ongoing scientific research and domestic innovation in building a healthier future.
Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.